About that situation at work where the dude was stealing time and just getting on my nerves, being annoying. He's trying to obviously get a supervisor role or something because it's so small, and he's just like, "Oh, let me go for it." And I talked to this person that I know that's a manager. He's been a manager in management for 30 years, and he's been with one company for like 15 years. So when I spoke to him about it, he was like, I asked him how would he have felt about that situation, and he was like, well, he felt it would have been like a slap in the face because you called him on it, and he was just like, I'm still not gonna clock in anyway, clock out anyhow, you know. And I asked him his advice about what to do. How would you handle that situation? And he was like, I would go to the manager, and I would say, I noticed that you know nobody's clocking out for lunch. I'd keep my eye on that if I were you, and that's it. The way he said it was with confidence and everything, but for me, I don't know. I'll say it like that, but again, it might be like, who are you? Like he already knows. He knows that that's happening. So, but I will just because that was the advice that I got. Um, and I thought about different ways to handle it too. I told y'all about the four personality types. I think the powerful choleric manner of handling that would have been best, meaning that you just let your personality just overcome everything, so it's no way for that to happen. You dominate and you control everything through your personality and through just your charisma. So I would have to work on that to make that happen. The way that I handled it was perfect melancholy slash phlegmatic, peaceful phlegmatic. Because perfect melancholy, I let him know that, hey, I don't appreciate this. I don't want it to, this is why I don't want it to happen again. Okay. But the peaceful phlegmatic part was that when it continued, I didn't say anything and I closed into myself regarding it. So I need to be more and powerful, sanguine way of handling would have been just to befriend everyone else and kind of leave him out, you know? So, so yeah. So it just validated that. And, it really is at a time when I need to encourage myself the most. When I went to church and just, the way everybody kind of treated me there, except for one person, So that's why it hurts, like it does. So, but again, about, overcoming that, looking for validation through others, looking at people that quote unquote are authority figures, and for somebody that doesn't have a steady job. Well, I work, but doesn't have a steady career, doesn't have their own vehicle, doesn't have their own place, doesn't have a degree, was falsely accused and convicted, and then had it overturned. That's just, it's like for somebody that has all that, it's even worse to be falsely accused and convicted because it just tells you how much of, and that's what she said too, you're always a victim. And though I didn't think in those terms, and now those terms are just placed in my head and they're just on repeat because she's put them there, you know. So just like when you listen to she's programmed that in my head, and now I can't get rid of it, and one way I can deal with it is go with the flow, let that be the thought process, but try to overcome it, but I didn't feel that way about myself. I was strong and pushing through and getting done what I need to get done. And then I was concerned about myself today because I was like, um because I felt sad and I could see the sadness like in my eyes. I walked to the kitchen to get some more water to, soup up my soup some more. And when I walked past the mirror, you could see the sadness in my eyes. That really hurt me. It did. It hurt me a lot. And again, because I see that person as authority just because, he owns a home, or I don't know. Yeah, he does own a home. He owns a home. And he has people that like him. But I saw the nastiness that went through it. I remember when, that girl and her boyfriend was like, "Oh, they're gonna destroy all my stuff and blah blah blah," and was threatening my door. And I was just like, "Do you hear this?" And he was like, "No, I didn't hear anything." And then he got on the phone with somebody that seemed like a normal, probably a normal, nice person, and had a normal conversation like it was nothing. That scares me, you know. And then from that point forward, he has relationships with the other people that are here, and it scares me. Maybe not so good with the older woman, but with the younger woman, definitely. And as a sidetrack, he kind of brings her in. So it scares me, you know. And it scares me about me is that I put my trust in my, my reverie of respect to these people that don't deserve it. And I'm allowing them to dictate how I feel about myself through how they are portraying themselves to feel about me. And I should not do that because who gave them authority to do that? You know? And the truth is nobody can do that but God and me. So I need to stop it. Do not have authority to make me feel that way. Nobody has authority to. Um, Stuff like that is petty. And it's like I need to, I have goals. I'm focusing on them. And, I am thankful, like I said, again, to the one positive employer, because if it wasn't for that, I would definitely not have anything like positive supporting me in my life right now. So as far fetched as it seems, that's the only thing that I have. And I don't want to get off track as far as me providing the documentation that's needed. Um, and I have definite goals in place for, I'm still trying to get the verification for everything from last year. So, I mean, yeah. So that's where the hurt is coming from. And like I said, and I'm, talking about my experiences with myself. And even though sometimes when we get this far into feeling the way that we feel, we don't want to believe that other people are having the same situations or experiences. And I know that they are. So, if you know of someone that has similar experiences and things like that, please, have them post videos and share, because it's good to know that you are not the only one. But I have to get over looking at people that have things as people that are in authority. Just because you have things or a title doesn't make you an authority. Why? Because what do you have to do to get those things in the title? I mean, that man, he lied. Those people had threatened me physically. And he was like, I didn't see anything. That's scary. So I don't know. So I know that they don't have my best interest at heart. So why even, why even try to depend on that? Why am I talking about asking this person for their opinion? They do not care about me. you know, I could be the best thing since sliced bread, and it just they don't care about me. So I just need to get over that. So my goal is to write down my goals and pluck away at them, in a timely manner, and just keep it moving. That's what I got to do. So that's what it's all about, y'all. So I love y'all. To those that are supportive, for those that don't comment and that do experience and understand, thank you. Your silent presence is more than welcome. For those that do comment and may be new and haven't gotten to see the realm, the whole realm of who I am, and I do post often, so you're gonna see new subscriptions, new things pop up all the time. But I pray that you all get a chance to understand me and love me for who I am. For those people that have been with me for years with no names and no pictures and whatever, I still would prefer that you all like identified yourself, because again, it's the first step about being truthful and honest and about connecting with people on a real basis. So that's what it is. So my next goal for today is just to write down my goals, and then I'm just gonna plug through them. I have a lot of them, as y'all know. The employment related ones, I can't wait to get those out of the way because I'm so tired of that. Um, then there's education related, as far as me personally educating myself by going to the courthouses and things like that. Then there's real education related by going to school, and that's far off because I really don't think I want to go to this university here. And then long term, getting back down to South Florida. But I believe God has a hand in everything, and I think I'm here for a reason, because when I left, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I left Fort Lauderdale, things were kind of weird. Like on the buses and stuff, and I didn't vlog about it there, but it was creepy. Like buses, there was full armed like police officers riding the bus, like standing there blocking the door if you couldn't get in. They would actually have the gall, some of them, and you could just feel things about people. Like this old white guy, you could tell he was just so racist. He took this woman's little black baby out of her arms. and was just like, pretending to be nice to it and stuff. And it just creeped me out. They shouldn't be on the bus. But again, I think it's to make the presence of the police more visible in places that they're not typically visible, to get the general public used to it. So, and it was getting worse and worse. And, they would be at the transfer stations on the bus. That's what killed me. And they would be standing at the front, so you could not get past them. So, um, yeah, there's some things that are going on. And like I said, God has a hand in my life. So wherever He takes me, He's going to take me. Because I just can't let my feelings get too involved in things. Like I said, that experience that I had today made me sad. It really did, because it did. How I'm going to handle tonight about those three things, about the time issue, I'm going to take the manager's advice and say that. About the guy, messing with me, just stay in my corner, do my work, and get out. If it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. Mind my business. Because I'm there to make my check, and that's it. Um, Regarding private conversations and stuff at work, no, I don't have any friends at work. I need to keep to myself. That's it. Um, and that's it. Yeah. So, I just, again, having faith. I trust in God that everything is the way that it should be. And, there are steps that I need to take. And, you live and you die. You just got to keep busy in between. So that's what I'm doing. And I don't know if y'all can hear me, because I understand that I'm talking lower than usual. Not intentionally, it's just because my spirit is low right now. So I love y'all. Have a good day.